tucked in a bend in the River Noe, is a place called Fort of Navio in the Hope Valley. As you can see, there's a very strange field here with a square shape in it, quite innocuous when you walk to it across the ground. It just seems like a couple of ridges. But the clue is in the name Bruff. Bruff is from the Old English for fort, it comes from Bur, so fort on the Noe. And in fact, this is a 2,000-year-old Roman fort called the Navio. It was established around AD 80 during the Roman expansion into northern Britain following the conquest of the Brigantes. Initially, it was built from timber and earth, and then rebuilt in stone around AD 150, and occupied for nigh on 300 years until approximately AD 350. But this wasn't a random outpost. Navio sat at a key junction of Roman roads, linking Aqua Arnemetii, which is Buxton, Ardatolia, Malandra near Glossop, and Templeborough in South Yorkshire. Its primary role was to control movement for the Hope Valley, protect access to the Peak District's valuable lead mining industry, because even the Romans looked at the peaks and thought useful, not just scenic. At its peak, Navio likely housed around 500 auxiliary troops, supported by a nearby civilian settlement known as a vicus. Here you'd find soldiers and officers, traders and craftsmen, families living just outside the fort. There have been a lot of archaeological finds on this site, coins, including one dating back to AD 75, pottery and tools, structural remains of buildings, and a ballista projectile, which is Roman artillery, because subtlety was never their thing, was it? There's also evidence of religious life, including altars dedicated to the local goddess Arnemetii. Showing how Roman and native beliefs blended together. Unlike castles, forts like Navio don't leave dramatic ruins. Instead, the real story comes from inscribed stones and altars found at the site, and these have included dedication altars to local and Roman deities, building inscriptions marking construction phases, possible funerary stones hinting at the lives of soldiers stationed here, and these stones are the reason we know who was here and where they came from. One of the most fascinating discoveries links Navio to a unit from southern France, Cohorse 1 Aquitanorum, an auxiliary infantry unit recruited from Aquitaine, which is in modern southwest France. Evidence from the inscription shows the unit was stationed at Navio. Soldiers or officers made dedications at the site, and they were involved in the fort's occupation and maintenance. Rome deliberately stationed troops far from home to prevent local loyalties, so these men, likely speaking a mix of Latin and local dialects, ended up enforcing Roman rule in the Peak District. Not exactly the sunny vineyards they all signed up for. The Cohorse 1 Aquitanorum would have guarded roads and trade routes, monitored movement through the valley, helped secure lead mining operations, and lived alongside civilians in the vicus. Their presence shows just how international Roman Britain really was. The Hope Valley wasn't remote, it was connected to an empire stretching across Europe. Navio is now a scheduled ancient monument, but what you see today is subtle: low earthworks, banks and ditches, faint outlines of the fort, a few stones left in the middle, and layers of history beneath your feet. Most of the stone was taken over centuries for local building, because apparently recycling Roman forts was the Peak District version of B&Q. Final thought: Navio may look like an empty field, but it once held Roman soldiers, French auxiliary troops, local civilians, trade, industry and religion, all connected to an empire stretching from Britain to Rome. Now, it's walkers, sheep and the occasional Viking-themed content creator explain it all on the internet. History doesn't disappear, it just gets quieter.